What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday. It is live, and we have a very, very special guest with us tonight. I cannot be more excited. This is like 3 months in the making. They have had hurricanes. They have had earthquakes today, and she's still coming on the Headless Star channel. Listen, people, this is amazing. Without further ado, she has voiced some iconic characters: Wonder Woman, Gamora, Mary Jane from Spider-Man, Black Canary, and of course, you guys know her and love her as Hera Syndulla from Star Wars Rebels. We've been breaking down these episodes for over the last month and a half. Tomorrow night, actually, 5:45, the final episode of Star Wars Rebels Reactions will drop, and that is going to take us right into the Ahsoka series. That is now on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, at 6 p.m. Pacific. And now I don't have to stay up to 3 a.m. and then have to go teach children the next day. I'm excited about that personally. So, but without further ado, let me bring out my special guest, the wonderful Vanessa Marshall. What is going on? Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. This is awesome, and I know it's been a hectic day for you over there on the West Coast.
I mean, I'm so sorry. Yesterday I was like, by the way, we will be at the height of what is presumed to be a hurricane/tropical storm right when we start our stream. So if we lose power and I'm at mid-sentence, just know that I love you and I apologize in advance, but I can't turn back the hands of time and weather and whatever else. And then about an hour ago, I get a notification, earthquake alert, take cover.
Unreal. Yeah.
I mean, any other day, it would probably be terrifying, but together it's so much to process that I've just shut down. And I'm like, we are not canceling this podcast. So if the Chargers can do it, we can do it.
That's right. The Chargers game is still being played. We're good to go. We're live. And it is funny because like when you messaged me that you had an earthquake, I'm like, what? So we put it on CNN real quick, and they were calling it the hurricane. There's a 5.5, I guess, the hurricane.
You know what we can call it? We can call it the Heraquake.
The Heraquake. Hashtag Heraquake. There we go.
Just for us.
Amazing. All right, so what's up, chat? We have Christina Payne, my wonderful moderator, in the chat. I appreciate you dropping those links tonight. Lady Stoneheart is in there. And what is up, my boy Papa Missouri? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here, guys. If you're watching this on the replay, you can also get all of Vanessa's links in the description down below. All right, Vanessa. So we have some questions. We have a couple games. Hopefully we can get through this with no issues. So, like I had mentioned in the opening, you have voiced some of the most iconic characters that we have seen on film. We've seen in animation, like Wonder Woman, and that's currently going on the Harley Quinn show on HBO, correct?
Yes, that's right. HBOmax, you can stream season 4 currently. I play Wonder Woman on that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an amazing role. I love that show. It's one of my. It's like without Rebels being on, we get Tales of the Jedi, which is I loved it.
Right.
But that's been like over a year now. So my animation is coming from the Harley Quinn show. I absolutely love it. So guys, definitely check that out on HBO Max. You voiced Mary Jane in Spider-Man. You've voiced
that's right, Spectacular Spider-Man.
Spectacular Spider-Man. Black Canary.
Yes.
So it's funny because Black Canary, you usually link up with Harley Quinn, but you actually are doing Wonder Woman on that one.
That's right. Yes, I got to do Black Canary for Young Justice and also the video game Injustice 2. It's great to play Wonder Woman. I also got to play Giganta and also the little gingerbread boy in one of the story episodes, and that was lots of fun. It's a very adult cartoon, Harley Quinn. So
absolutely.
It's not safe for work and maybe not the best thing for kids, but
it's great for us
very funny
adult nerds. So
yes, it's so funny.
So all right, here's my first question.
Uh-huh.
So give me a few words that would summarize your character, like summarize the character and like what you think about like I want to start with Wonder Woman because I feel like that's the one we're working with. So what's a few words that you summarize the character, and then also like what are your thoughts on the actual like character's lore and that kind of stuff?
Well, obviously, she is a mega feminist. Stands for all things strong and female. I think she is an excellent role model.
Okay.
Obviously heroic, kind, caring, and incredibly strong, and has a big heart and great bracelets. But and of course she represents all sorts of ethical principles of justice and equality and caring for those who might not be able to care for themselves or are somewhat disenfranchised, and she's there to sort of save the day over and over again. I grew up loving the character of Wonder Woman, and so having the chance to play her initially for Flashpoint, or no, it was Crisis on Tour. It's a DC animated movie. I got to play Wonder Woman on that. And then also in Flashpoint Paradox, I got to play her. And then again in Red Sun. All of those were animated films for DC. And each one was very unique, particularly the Flashpoint Paradox, because it was kind of opposite day and you never really see Wonder Woman behave that way. Poor Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it didn't go well for that guy.
How do you feel that like Gal Gadot, how do you think she brought that character to the screen? Like,
she was
did you enjoy that?
Fantastic, of course. Yeah. My favorite Wonder Woman is Susan Eisenberg. I just love her version in the animated cartoon series. She's so effortlessly calming and strong and nurturing and badass at the same time. But yeah, what I love about these characters is almost like in Greek myths or in Shakespeare, there are all sorts of people that get to play, the various roles, King Lear, what have you. But and there's no one particular actor that can lay claim to that character, but there are many actors who have the chance to sort of bring out the very best in themselves through that role and kind of give over and get into it. And so that's sort of what I felt like I was doing. And I love that there is so much support and kindness within the voiceover community that, whichever female happens to be playing this or male happens to be playing that, there's all sorts of people that have played Aquaman, that have played the Flash, that have, whatever the role might be. It's so great that we get to find our inner Wonder Woman and let it live. And everyone's going to be unique, obviously, because everyone brings their life experience and their particular strengths to the role. I myself have had quite a journey on the earth, not just today, but I think many women, and of course men and non-binary, on and on, everyone has a journey sort of finding themselves on the planet, finding what they stand for, finding their voice, finding their superpower, finding how they want to give back to the world. And I hope that all the research and development that I did for myself up until that point, played some part in maybe that sort of intangible essence being at the microphone, that I too feel like I have found the best parts of myself and hope to proceed forward with those to the best of my ability, obviously. I'm not a superhero, I'm a human being, and I make mistakes, and I never mean to, but it's just a learning process and we're learning live. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. My first Comic-Con was it was probably my second Comic-Con was in 2000. I think maybe it was 16. It was so I actually went to STCC in 16,
Okay.
And then in that same year, and I went to New York Comic Con, and it's STCC, and I know you were there this year. It's for someone attending, it's a different kind of monster, right? Like
Very much so.
It's so much different than a regular con. Like, there's not those huge lines to try to get autographs or get photos and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot different. But like, so my first con like that was New York in 2016, and I'll tell you what, like I was so excited because Mark Hamill was there, and that's the last time he actually did autographs. And what was even better than meeting Mark? I mean, Mark was awesome. I loved it. It's one of my grails. I have it on the Luke Skywalker Funko Pop and everything. And what was even better was just the time I was standing in line waiting to meet Kevin Conroy, who is like, honestly, like he is Batman for me, right? And I have a couple great photos. It's him, Mark, and then Tara Strong, who plays Harley Quinn in that same series. And being able to meet Kevin as well, got a photo with him. It was absolutely amazing. And, it's so that was kind of like my first real interaction with voice actors was there with those three. And I just tell you, it was absolutely incredible. And, Tara, I've met Tara several times, and Mark the one time, and unfortunately Kevin only the one time, but it was absolutely incredible. And so I just wanted to kind of share that story with you, because I know that I know you have you done work with Tara before?
Yes, I have.
That's what I thought. Okay.
All sorts of things, from Powerpuff Girls. She was in Guardians of the Galaxy with me. Ben 10. What else? We've been in a bunch of wacky things together. And of course, I believe she was in Flashpoint Paradox as well, because when we went to New York Comic Con for that, she was there. Kevin Conroy was there. That was really spectacular.
Right? I think it was 2014.
No, I don't think 14. I think it might have been 17. It might have been the year after, because were they there was it Killing Joke? Is that what they were promoting?
Yeah.
Because this was, I believe, the year after.
Okay.
So it would have been 17 or 18. I can't recall.
Okay.
But man, it was a really great con, and Kevin Conroy is so fantastic. Yeah. I think one of my first acting jobs was Lipstick Lady #2 and Paramedic #3 in a Justice League. And of course I was so blown away and starstruck by all the leads who were there. And I had sort of a bit part. Andrea Romano is an amazing director, and I had taken her voiceover class, and I was so honored to be Lipstick Lady #1. So to go from Lipstick Lady #1 to playing Wonder Woman opposite Kevin, in that particular animated film that's one heck of a journey there. Yeah.
So actually leads me right into my next question. So what I'm curious about is, so when you guys are doing the voiceover, are all the actors in the scene together, or are you guys are you just all separate? You just kind of voice it and they just splice it together and edit it, or how exactly does that work?
Well, it depends on who happens to be available that day. So if everyone's available, we are all together. But some people are filming, some people have other ongoing cartoons and are not available. Usually, to the best of their ability, they try to get everyone together, especially for the animated films, because they really want it to pop. And I think it does so more when we're all together. But of course, when it's not possible, then people record separately. I believe Michael Jordan was in the Flashpoint Paradox, and I was like, what? So, but you never know. But the way it edits together, you wouldn't know that he wasn't there. I'm trying to remember which character he played. Anyway, it's been a minute since I've seen the film, but for the most part, we were all together.
Okay, that's cool, because I always wondered that, and so the same with Rebels then, you and Freddie were in the same room and all that kind of stuff. And that always, I guess, for a fan, that always makes it more genuine, I think, because instead of just you coming into a room, I know during COVID and all that, it was probably a little bit different. But I can always imagine you and then Steve and then Freddie, and you guys are all, and you know, and then Taylor, you guys are all in the same room. Just I would imagine it's a lot of fun. It's got
we had a blast. We had so much fun. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, there were certain people who were not there, you know, throughout. Jason Isaacs was there. The gentleman who played Thrawn was always in Europe, so we never got to meet him.
Oh, Lars, yeah.
But Lars, yeah. But yeah, for the most part, we were together as much as schedule would permit. Yeah.
So I know, like, I am an absolutely huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So when I found out that Sarah Michelle was on, she was the seventh sister. So was she there on location too with you guys doing all this?
She recorded on her own. She was there, but I mean, we didn't. Well, I didn't have any scenes with her, so I don't know if she probably.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she probably recorded with whomever. I'm trying to remember. Was she with the Inquisitor?
Yeah, so she would have been with Taylor and Sabine.
I think they were all. Yeah, I think they were together.
Okay.
I think.
So what other character do you like? So what other character would you like to maybe go for a role for that you think you could bring your own unique spin to? Jean
Grey.
Okay. From X-Men. Okay.
She's awesome. I love her.
Yeah, she's a great character. That's for sure. All right. Well, we'll send a letter.
Well, we'll hope for good things. There's still time.
That's right. So let's kind of switch gears. So SDCC this year. So I know I saw pictures on Instagram. You were by the mural by the Star Wars area. So what did you think? I mean, I thought I took so much footage of that area with all the Ahsoka props, and that mural was fantastic.
Yeah, the mural was incredible. I love taking pictures with different friends who I ran into. I was so grateful to see people again. I saw a couple people from Lucasfilm and all kinds of. It was great to see the Lego stuff, the Hasbro stuff. You know what was new and being released, and it was just a real welcoming experience, just like welcome home, basically. But
so were you there the whole weekend?
Yes, I think I got there Friday and left Sunday.
Okay.
And I did one of Mark Evaniers' cartoon voices panel, and then also a panel for the business of voice acting, also with him. And it was just so cool. It was more of a yes, I had panels that I was doing there, but really it was more to just see everybody again and give them a big hug. There's one person I didn't get to see. He's online, or they are online as Mediocre Jedi, a very, very close dear friend of mine. And we normally get to see each other, and we have for many years. And unfortunately we missed each other this year, but I tracked everyone else down as best I could. So
that's awesome. Yeah. SDCC it's a heck of a time, and I love it because it's just like everyone is just, there's no negative, like there's negativity anywhere you go, but like it just seems like there's no negativity, even with everything that was going on with Hollywood. People still showed up, people still had fun.
I think we had more fun. I think because the true spirit of it is not so much about who's famous. I mean, maybe some people that holds some currency for some, but for most of us, it's really the different fandoms that we love, and really lifting those up and feeling that energy together when we're all in the same space, celebrating it. It's just, there's nothing like it. And that's really the core. So whether there's a strike or not, or, whether there's anything being promoted there, I think that at its core, it's about comic books and, some of the animated shows. And I don't know, it was special. At least for me, I almost felt it was more intimate this year.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Yeah, I mean, I've been there every year since 2016, except for obviously the COVID year. But we loved it. We always have a great time. I mean, the show floor was pretty crazy this year. But yeah, it was it was really good. And I had met you for the first time and I think it was 2019 at Chicago.
That's right. Yes.
Star Wars Celebration.
Yes.
And that's where I met you and Taylor and Tia. That's for the first time. And then we met again at ICCC in Nashville. And
that's right.
I always tell the people that watch my channel, like, people are like, oh, you have any STCC news? You have any New York Comic-Con news? Because I mean, those are the big ones, right?
Yeah.
I keep telling people, I'm like, if you are within like 5 or 6 hours, go to ICCC. It is so awesome. I mean, this is how we got hooked up. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Last year, I interviewed Anna Graves, who voices Duchess Satine. She's absolutely amazing as well. So I just gonna say, would you want to say a few things about ICCC? Because I know this was your first time there.
Oh my gosh, it was unlike anything I've ever experienced in my whole life. I mean, I could not believe the amount of Star Wars family in one place. It was almost bigger than Celebration or something. I mean, I don't think that's possible, but it felt like this constant stream of seeing people that I felt like I had known my whole life. Yeah. And it was so special to see the kids cosplaying with their parents. And it was a real family experience. And oh gosh, it was wonderful to see Taylor and Steve and Mary Elizabeth and Tia. And Freddie was supposed to be there. He couldn't make it. He was still working on the independent film. But it just, there's a bond that we share from having done that show that will always be there. And we have a bunch of Comic-Cons coming up. I'm trying to think. I think the one where the most of us will be together again is in Mesa, Arizona, October 26th, the weekend. UWU Con. I think so far, Freddie, Tia, Mary Elizabeth, and who else is coming? Maybe Steve. I'm not sure, but it seems like that one. There's, there were a few other ones. I'll be in Virginia actually this weekend by myself, but Susan Eisenberg will be there. Speaking of Susan, yes. And Jonathan Frakes, of course, more of a Star Trek person, but he also played Star-Lord's father in the Guardians of the Galaxy series that I was in. So I know him from Guardians of the Galaxy. But that's this coming, or let's see, the 26th of Saturday. August. So next Saturday and Sunday, in Virginia, Fairfax, Virginia. And then first weekend in October is SPOOKALA in Tampa, Florida. And I believe that's with Taylor and Freddie. And then Savannah, Georgia, actually is a weekend before that. The SuperCon, that's Savannah Convention Center, I think September 23rd. So that's a lot of information. You can check my Instagram account, or I believe you posted that in the information area. But there are lots of opportunities. There's there's lots of opportunities for us to hang out and catch up, and all of us get back together again. I don't know who lives where, but if you're close to any of those places, come say hey to us. But we're always happy to see each other. And Nashville was the first time in way too long. We were all finally united, and it was just a beautiful experience.
Probably the first time Star Wars Celebration, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, and I met there's a sabacc club there, and they gifted us with all these really cool sabacc playing cards and our pieces, and we're supposed to play sabacc. I'm talking to you right now from my new live stream studio here. I've mentioned this on other podcasts recently that I'm it's the same as my Instagram on Twitch at Vanessa Marshall 1138. But on Wednesday nights, we're going to do Women Crush Wednesday, and I'm going to try and play all the video games that I'm in. Shiva and Mortal Kombat, like I said, Black Canary and Injustice 2, Caretaker and Midnight Suns. I don't know. Anything's possible. I already tried Olga in Metal Gear Solid. Got to get into Dr. Strangelove, all these things. But our hope is to play, and we want to raise money for different charities. So that's sort of what's going on in this specific area here, and that seems to be filling lots of time. But I'll also be actually in Atlanta at DreamHack Atlanta in December for those esports fans out there.
Busy,
So,
busy, busy.
yeah, but also my hope is to live stream with Freddie and the gang, Sam Witwer, those guys, and do kind of like a Star Wars stream. And getting back to the Sabak thing, we are going to play Sabak online. So that'll be not the Wednesday night thing, but look forward to some Sabak on a different night. There's going to be a Star Wars night. So I'm just building all this. And really, I guess the decision that I made at the very end of the pandemic is, if it's not fun, you know, I really am deeply committed to having fun and creating fun and letting people know that they matter, and making people just feel at home again. And if I can also raise money for different charities and pay it forward, then I don't really need much else. I mean, yeah, what else is there? So have fun and pay it forward. That's the new credo, the new creed over here. So we'll see how it all goes.
And this is all on your Twitch channel, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I have a merch store that I've created, and I don't know if you can see, I have my mullet shot over here. I've shown this in other podcasts as well, but that's me in 11th grade. And the blue one. Yeah. But I have a candle in my merch store that's called Worship the Mullet. It's just, those are the vibes of the channel. It's just going to be fun and irreverent and not taking itself too seriously. So we'll convene there.
There you go. Kumzi says, you versus Sam 1-on-1 in Battlefront.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I got to play. That was one of the other cool things about Nashville is I got to live stream playing the Jedi Survivor game, which was really fun. And yes, I would love to play with Sam. So, and great things are coming. It's a good time to be alive. I think most of this stuff will coalesce in 2024. I'm going to do the best I can and kind of start it very casually with low expectations and, you know, lots of enthusiasm, and we'll see how it goes. I want to connect with people, and I think it's a great thing that Twitch offers us the ability to do. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So with you going to all these cons,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I'm sure you've signed dozens and tons and dozens and millions and Funko Pops and Hasbro Black Series. So do you collect anything yourself?
Yes, I do. I do indeed. I have all kinds of stuff upstairs, the Hasbro, the Black Series. I've got DC, I've got Marvel, lots and lots and lots of Star Wars stuff, old school, new school. Yeah, there's a whole Star Wars room upstairs where I normally do my interviews and stuff just to celebrate. Many of those things are gifts that were given to me, and I'm so deeply grateful for all of them. And they just hold such a special place in my heart.
Yeah,
I have a few items down here, but you know, the meat of it is upstairs.
Yeah, I have you only see the lights, but
sure,
if I were to span this,
I love it.
See why my wife probably wants to divorce me sometimes.
Yeah.
It's getting out of control. But that's okay, because that's what I do. So
yeah, there's never enough. It's all good.
That's right. All right, so we talked about this before we came on. We're gonna try to do this little trivia game before we get to some of our Star Wars Rebels questions.
Great.
We're gonna see what Hera knows about Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, like I said, on the day where there's like a tropical storm and an earthquake, you know.
All right, so we're starting off easy. Okay, I'm not going to be mean.
Call sign of the crew of the Ghost. I haven't. What does that mean? So
what is the call sign? So what is the term that you guys would all call each other?
Spectre.
There you go.
Okay.
See, it's not too hard. There you go.
Okay. Spectre. All right.
Spectre 1, and then eventually you guys became Phoenix Squadron.
Yes.
Okay. See, it's not too hard. All right.
Okay.
So question 2. All right. Who is the one in the middle?
Gosh.
I'm the one in the middle. So he's not light side. He's not dark side.
Ezra?
Mm-hmm.
Chopper? I have no idea. Sorry. I don't remember that phrase. Forgive me.
So the one in the middle was Bendu.
Oh, right.
Yep,
I was thinking of the core cast. Who's the one?
I got you. Yeah, that's all right.
That's right. Bendu. That's right.
Undo. All right. Question 3. Where did the Ghost Crew lose the original Phantom 1? So where did they lose it?
Oh, I feel like I'm never going to remember the name of the planet, but I believe there were Minox involved.
Do you know the name of the even the planet or the station?
Oh, no. I was going to say Camino, but no. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. You'll have to try me on a day when there hasn't been an earthquake scare.
Yeah. So Reclam Station on the planet of Yarma.
Yeah, that was never, ever, ever going to happen. Sorry, bro. The fact that you know that concerns me a little, but good for you.
Yeah, no. That's when Hondo kind of left you guys.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's when he left. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was 4 years with a lot of English.
All right. Yeah. Maybe I should have made a multiple choice. So which Imperial agency does Callus work for?
Which Imperial agency?
Agency. So
there are several. Sorry, buddy. This is not good. Yeah, I told you. Right. No,
we're gonna blame it on the earthquake. That's what we're gonna do.
Here's the thing. I have something called Addison's disease, and Addison's disease flares up in fight or flight situations. Mm. In fight or flight situations, my adrenal glands do not work, and so when you give me a notice that says earthquake alert, drop, take cover, protect yourself, that activates that disease, which in turn helps my brain cease to function. So you're literally getting like a medically impaired version of me. I have a heart of gold and I love you, which is why I said I'm still doing this podcast. But you are witnessing live what occurs when I've had a very traumatic experience in the same day. So sorry, buddy. Go That's for right. It. What is this?
So the Imperial Security Bureau.
Okay.
Right. So maybe that was a tough one. I thought that was the hardest one I did. We got one more.
Okay.
Then we'll get out of this.
Okay.
All right. What former clone of the 501st Legion is also known as Clone Trooper 7567?
Dude, not happening today. I'm so sorry. I told you if you do this, you're gonna make me look really stupid. I can't.
What clone was in Rebels?
There were
the main one.
Rex?
Boom, there it is. We got it.
Okay.
We got it.
Sure. All right.
All right, get that out of here. No more.
Yeah.
Trivia. Whose idea was it?
It's like asking a diabetic when they're in a coma, like how many calories are in a cheeseburger. Like they're not going to be on their game with that. But anyway, all right. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to flex my trivia. I'm here to show you that I'm a good person.
I'm always just really curious to see like if you guys like really know some of the nerdy like numbers and that kind of stuff.
We do. But like I said, if you try me on a different day when I haven't been scared out of my mind, I mean, I literally got out of my shower and my phone said, "Earthquake alert! Protect yourself, cover yourself." Like I thought I was about to die earlier today. And I mean, nothing ended up happening, but that is exactly the kind of thing that sets off.
Oh, I get it. Trust me.
A panic response. So it's been a weird day. I could have canceled, but I decided not to.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. We have a couple questions for Rebels, and then we have one more little game. I guarantee it's not as hard. Okay.
Alrighty, even if it is. Again, on a different day, people who know me know. Like the Rebels cast knows that I am 100 grand a bona fide nerd. So I didn't do well on the SAT exam either because I got scared. If I get scared, I can't think straight.
Think straight. Exactly right. I'm telling you, being a school teacher, I see it all the time with kids.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're dumb or
that's exactly right. That's why I try to find different ways to assess than just pencil, paper, here you go, So.
Yeah. Anyway, but
all right.
We'll have to reconvene on a day when there aren't two natural disasters.
Two natural disasters in one day.
Cool. Anyway, right, I'm a good sport. You got to give me that.
That's absolutely. That's why I mentioned it to you before we came on because I didn't want to throw you a big curveball. So, but you did. I think you
whatever, dude. Look, I have nothing to hide. I am a Star Wars fan for the rest of my life, and if I don't remember Rex's exact trooper number on a day when I've been scared out of my skull. Hopefully, folks will forgive me.
I think we're going to forgive you.
Alrighty, cool.
All right. So can you take us back to when you first auditioned for Hera? And what I'm really curious is like who was actually in this room and what was the process like?
I was by myself in my voiceover studio. I got a piece of copy. It was for a show called Wolf for Disney. I didn't know what it was. And there were elements of what I thought felt like Star Wars. I accentuated those. I made specific choices based on my nerddom. And I sent it off like I do every other audition and didn't think another thing of it. And then I got a call back. And when I went to the callback and I saw Dave Filoni, that's when I realized that, yes, in fact, this didn't just have elements of Star Wars. This was something for Star Wars. And again, I thought, well, that's as good as my life gets, is that callback. That's so awesome. And I was like grateful for that. And I didn't think anything else of it. Apparently it came down to me and 2 other women, and I ended up booking it. And when my agent called to let me know that, she asked if I needed a medical professional because I was screaming and crying and hyperventilating. And yeah, so it was the best day of my life.
So that would have been like what, 2012ish, 13ish, somewhere around there.
I think 13. Yeah.
Yeah. So what other what did you voice before that was probably like the most popular or most best known, or like that made, you know, that like,
I would say Mary Jane in Spectacular Spider-Man.
Okay.
And I had also played Wonder Woman by then.
Okay, so you've been playing Wonder Woman for more than a decade then.
Yeah, and I believe I played Poison Ivy and a couple other things in Batman and Beyond. But I think the biggest character was probably Mary Jane in Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah.
So when you who called you back for Bad Batch when you came back to reprise the role there?
They emailed my agent and asked if I would be interested in trying to portray a younger version of her. And I said, absolutely. And, you know, we booked the time, scheduled it, and had so much fun trying to find just how much of the Ryloth accent we wanted her to have. And, you know, just how precocious or just how well behaved or just how quiet or just how meek, that, you know, what is the most interesting journey for her to have seen her at that age and knowing who she becomes, you know, what creates the most interesting contrast? Or was she already just as smart and willing and nimble, you know? So
when you voice all these different characters, I mean, are you practicing the voice, or is it just like, does it come naturally, or is it your regular voice and you just tweak it a little bit? Like how is that? Because I mean, you've voiced so many different unique characters, you know?
I do not go from the outside in. I don't listen to the sound of it. I go from the inside out. And playing Gamora and Hera at the same time, 2 green characters, I felt that Hera was more in her heart, and I felt Gamora was more in her sort of lower chakras, if you will. She was more of a warrior, and where the voice was located dictated the sound, and that it came more from ideology. Because if you just do it for sound effect, it's an affectation of sorts, and it's hollow and it doesn't land. So I just try to think very specifically about who the character is and what they care for and about and why, and let that be sort of the compass for where it lands vocally, and just keep checking that compass to make sure I'm on point. And
do you ever go in and record like a long dialogue and be like, I just didn't hit it right?
All the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Everybody does. Yeah. I mean, in voiceover, it's very mercurial. Communication is fascinating, that we ever even understand each other on some level. It's very, It's interesting. In some of my acting classes, we would do things without words and people would know exactly what we were saying. So on the one hand, sometimes we can communicate without words, but sometimes words hamper us, or the way we say something comes off very differently and causes harm to others. And that's not the intention. So communicating is, I think when I get direction and feedback, it's always interesting to me that, okay, so that mode of communication is not the appropriate choice. I need to tone it more sort of in this direction to have the impact that I desire. Yeah. And it's nothing personal. It's just, that's the nature of communication. How many times have you texted someone something and, they take it completely the wrong way? Everything is very nuanced, especially these days.
Yeah.
But I loved working with Dave Filoni. I loved working with Dave Filoni because he was so fantastic. Another director who was like that was Chris Zimmerman in all the Metal Gear Solid games. She was profoundly interesting in her shaping the scene and the intentions. It's such a fine balance between trusting that the actor knows how to do their job and yet giving feedback that inspires the actor to go, sort of where you need them to go, as opposed to forcing a sound that's not authentic,
So is Dave like, is he in there when you're recording your lines? Is he in there saying, we need to do it again? Like, is he in there like directing you as you're voicing these lines?
Well, we're in a room, he's behind the glass, he's in a different room with all the other people. And he gives us like, why don't we try it again? Blah, blah, blah. Like,
okay.
The scene in Ryloth, or not in Ryloth, but when Cham Syndulla sees Hera for the first time in a long time, and Hera ends up speaking with a Ryloth accent, Dave said, hey, do you remember that phone conversation that we had? And he had asked me, would she ever do that? And I said, only if she was angry. And he reminded me of that conversation. And then we did the scene all over again, but with an accent. And that's the take that they ended up using. And that's the beauty of having, acted in it and then watching it live with everyone else. I never know which take is the chosen take. We do a lot of things. So it was always fun to discover what actually made it to final. And in that, it was a surprise every time, and always more creative than we ever imagined. And it was so cool to be able to enjoy it as a fan and also be a part of creating it. So yeah.
So when you're in the booth recording, are you like, is Dave just basically saying, okay, this is where we are, this is what's happening, or is there like a storyboard with images, or is there anything you're looking at to kind of help you get there?
He usually huddles us up at the beginning before we start recording, and then gives us kind of the lay of the land, and then we do our thing, one scene at a time, all together. Okay. And he guides us as we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I find the whole thing very, very interesting, the way it's done, because, and when you're acting, I mean, unless it's all CGI, you're acting against a guy with dots all over him or whatever. But like, it's like, at least there's something to look at. And so I find it really interesting how it works like that. And
yeah.
All right. I have a couple questions left. So if a Lothcat was real, how many would you have as pets?
1,000.
Yes. How adorable are those?
So cute.
I need a Funko Pop of a Lothcat. How are we not got that yet?
Oh my gosh! Right? Let's make a motion. Come on.
That's right. Come on, Funko. So everyone's obviously excited for the new live action Ahsoka, and I know you can't talk too much about it. But my first question is, what exactly is your understanding of the world between worlds? Because I know it's going to come into play. It's a really confusing episode for people. So I just want to know from Hera herself, what do you think?
I don't know what I think. I have a million questions. Sorry, I can't help you. No, I really don't know. And I hope to get clarification myself. Yes, I was asked this in a podcast recently, and I just have more and more questions. I love that they did that. I love how they elegantly articulated the possibility of what that actually is.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to find out more. I don't have a theory or answers, and I never even try to, because no matter what I think it is, it's always 4,000 times more interesting when I discover what it is ultimately.
Yeah.
So I wish I could guide you.
It's definitely interesting, the whole thing. And
I mean, I don't think Hera would know anyway.
Yeah.
But I am very curious. I can't wait to see.
I have a comment here. So I was talking to my neighbor earlier today, and I was going to be talking to you, and so he wanted to say, because I got him turned on the Rebels this summer, because of Ahsoka. So he wanted to say, I only started watching Rebels, and it is the best animated series I've ever watched. I really feel like I'm watching a non-animated Star Wars adventure. It's absolutely outstanding. So that was from my neighbor Bob. So
that's awesome.
He's a big fan. So I turned him on to that, and I'm glad he's enjoying it. I told him though, like, you got him. He's on season 4 right now. I said, dude, you got 2 more days. You better knock it out before Ahsoka.
Yeah. No, you got to. Yeah.
So other than Hera, who is your favorite Rebels character?
Rebels character.
Yeah, it could be anybody from the show. Anybody from the show.
Well, I love Sabine. I really do. I love her struggle as an artist, and also with her history and how she tries to sort of seek redemption and forgive herself. And I'm so excited to see who she becomes. I respect Tia's work in her creating Sabine, but I really, really love Sabine. I love everything about her.
Yeah, she's a great character, obviously. Yeah. So Kumzi asks, did you have a chance to meet Mary Elizabeth Winstead and teach her any of their mannerisms, or do you have any input or anything like that?
No. No. There's no need. I mean, the animated version and the on-camera version are generally, I mean, Forrest Whitaker didn't speak to Andrew Kishino, who played Saw Gerrera. They're very much independent and on their own. But of all the people to be cast, I have so much respect for her. I love her work. I've seen her in so many things, and I could watch her forever. And I'm thrilled to see what happens. I'm so excited, genuinely thrilled. Yeah.
I'm the same way as you. I'm glad we get to get a continuation, because the way it ends, it's so open ended, and you're like it's almost unbelievable that it wasn't a 5th season the way it ended. And I'm so glad that this was all brought back. So because it's such good characters, and I know that there's a lot of negativity with the sequel trilogy and all that kind of stuff, because they didn't just build these characters. And I mean, that's the one thing that Rebels did. I mean, they took these brand new characters, so you can do it, but you got to develop them. And there you go. And look what we got coming on in 2 days. So
exciting. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So all right. So the last little game, I have I have some pictures, and I'm gonna throw the pictures up there. They're not all Star Wars related. Okay. I did most of it is Star Wars, but we'll see. What I want you to do is just very briefly, few words, a sentence or two, just kind of tell me what you think about the images. All right.
Okay.
All right. There's no earthquakes or anything right now, right?
Not that I'm aware of, but buckle up if it goes dark. That's what that is.
All right. Here we go. All right. So first one's easy. I'm just going to tell you that. All right. Here we go. All right. Go ahead.
Dave Filoni, genius, mastermind, true rebel.
True rebel. Is he's that knowledgeable, right? And everyone.
Yeah.
I heard him and Sam Witwer are like, boom. They're like your guys. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Dave Filoni's awesome.
All right.
Yeah. Chopper. Oh, he's just a little maverick. Love me some Chop.
I would absolutely love to see Chopper and R2D2 meet.
Me too.
I know, right?
Yeah. Also, the voice of Dave Filoni.
Dave
So
Filoni.
it's
Yep.
like Dave Filoni 2.0.
I know. I got my Funko Pop. It's the only one that's not signed.
Oh,
It's gonna be tough.
yeah.
It's like the only
Good
Rebels
luck,
one I
good luck.
have.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Aw, Princess Leia. She's my higher power.
God love Carrie Fisher. Love her.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Oh, home.
So you saw this. You probably saw. Yeah, you saw this, right? At,
yes,
HasLab.
I did. Yeah.
So HasLab.
Yeah.
I was just talking about this a couple weeks ago on the live, and yeah, I mean, I hope that we can get all the characters.
I hope so too. We have to support them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure where they're sitting right now. I know last time I checked, it was pretty close to that 11,000.
Great.
I think it's 17,000 to get everything. So
yeah, where do people go to support that?
Yeah, so you can go to haslab.com or you can just go to hasbro.com and yeah, and just you'll it's right there on the main page. It's not hard. It's yeah.
Awesome.
I can't wait. I have the Razor Crest right up here and absolutely love it.
I love it.
This is something I want to get definitely.
Awesome.
All right, so we have the OG lightsaber. What do you think?
Oh, gee, that is so cool. Is that actually yours?
No, I have one. It's over here actually.
Yeah, I bet that. I don't doubt it. Oh wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Wow, you win. That is incredible.
Yeah, my wife's actually the lucky one because when we do cosplay, she goes as Rey.
Cool.
From Last Jedi.
Yeah.
We actually got her. The whole cosplay thing was made by a tailor.
Oh my!
And, so I let her use it because
that's so great.
I usually go as Return of the Jedi Luke, and so I have the Return of the Jedi one as well.
Wow.
So we have both. So we're able to do little fights and that kind of stuff outside of cons.
Amazing, amazing.
So yeah, it's such an iconic, it's one of the most iconic things I think from Star Wars.
Yeah, that is so cool.
All right, ready to go.
Oh yeah, someone told me he's my neighbor.
He's your neighbor?
That's what someone said. That he's like just down the street. They were eating at this vegan restaurant. I would freak out. How could I act normal? He's so talented. You gotta love him.
Yeah. Did you like the sequel trilogy?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
You had no problems with it?
No.
I would say the only issue I think that people that watch my channel have is that it's just the way Luke turned out. I guess that's our biggest gripe, and is the channel. Yeah. I don't know. I love when Luke came back in Mandalorian. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. Oh gosh.
Have you met Hayden?
No. I've been at conventions with him, but I don't think I ever was introduced to him.
Yeah, I've met him a couple of times. I'll tell you what. I mean, talk about. I mean, just one of the most friendly people.
Yeah, of course, sure.
I mean, my God, I've had such good conversations with him, and he's so nice. I mean, I know one of them was I want to say it was 2021, so we still would have been COVID, right? Yeah, I think it was 21 was my second time I met him at New York Comic Con, and
okay,
you guys used to have the plastic, and we get all that.
All that.
I mean, he was so awesome there. I mean, it's just
he's great.
Such a great guy.
Yeah. Aw.
Have you met Mark Hamill?
I have indeed. Yes.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
He's got to be amazing. I mean, I met him once very briefly, but it's just
Yeah.
He is Luke is my character, and that is who I grew up idolizing, and that's I probably the most, if anything in my collection, I probably have the most Luke Skywalker stuff. So
I don't blame you.
Actually, just got done building and you dabble in the Legos at all?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I just got done building the Lux X-wing fighter from Legos. I just got it done. I keep meaning to make like a little TikTok out of it or something. It's great. Really cool. It's really it's really neat. and there's like a little thing on the top. You can actually turn it, and then the wings open and close. It's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like when I was building that part, I'm like, wow, this is really neat.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, we got Hera.
Got Hera.
Any comment for Hera?
Space Mom.
Space Mom. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, a couple left. Now, I think now we get away from Star Wars, so I'm curious to see how you react. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We have one more. I had to put Grogu in there.
You have to. I love me some Grogu. So adorable.
Grogu.
Yeah.
All right. So Grogu, and then so now we have.
Hey, what's up? Yes.
I know you're a Giants fan.
That's right.
What do you guys think?
Giants all day, all day. Well, I was hoping to get to a Giants game, the New York Comic-Con weekend, but they're away in Buffalo, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah. That was my plan, is to treat myself to an in-person game, so I'll have to figure something out. Maybe go the weekend before. I don't know. Yeah, who's your team?
So I'm in Cleveland, so I am.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, there's that.
Cool.
We'll see what happens. You know,
Great.
There's always next year. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Now, I was just curious to see how you guys felt about him as a quarterback, because they put him on the franchise tag. Then they didn't give him a contract, right? So he's got like a 1-year prove it type thing. So
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm forever hopeful, right? That's just what it means to be a Giants fan.
A new hope.
A new hope, indeed. Yeah. So we'll see. I cannot believe it's almost September now.
Yeah, we're about a month away. We're about 3 weeks away, probably now.
Wow.
About 3 weeks away from opening day. Yeah, it's crazy.
Incredible.
It feels like this year just started. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. All
right.
Oh gosh, I was really late to this party.
Okay.
But the good news is I was able to sort of binge it. My friend came over and she was like, no, you have to watch this. I think it was during some holiday season years ago. And I got on board, and boy, I'm glad I did. It was great.
Did you watch House of the Dragon?
Yes.
Yeah. So how good is that show? My gosh.
Oh, all of it. Love it. Yeah, it's just soul food. Yeah.
All right. So I know you're right about my age. So now this is what I'm really curious about. Okay. So you may not even know what it is, but I do not last. I'm just curious. So here we go.
Huh. Where is that?
It's a very iconic image from a television series. I actually visited there during the summer this year. I'm doing a documentary on it.
Okay. Well, nothing's coming to mind. I'm not sure. Where is that?
So this is in Seattle. It's outside of Seattle, but so this is where one of the iconic locations that Twin Peaks was filmed.
Never watched it.
Never watched it? Man,
no.
I was really hopeful because I'm like, gosh, not my age. It's right. Like we were probably 18 when it came out.
I don't know why I thought it was scary, so I didn't get into it.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's scary, but it's definitely got some supernatural twists. And but yeah, I wanted to throw it up there because it's the second time we actually visited, and it's funny. We went to about 25 different filming locations. And, my wife was definitely a trooper on this one.
Yeah, cool.
She watches, she likes it, but she's not like all into it. But what was really cool is that the house that they use in that, David Lynch directed all this.
Sure.
And so he was one of the creators. But anyways, so the one house is actually in Everett, Washington, which is like from that lodge, it's about an hour and 20-minute drive. So we drove out there, and I communicated with the house owner actually, and she agreed to let me come in. Over an hour and a half talking, the stories.
That's so cool.
It was awesome. So I have hours and hours and hours of footage of all these different filming locations, and then the plan is the kind of like once Ahsoka is kind of over, that's gonna be my next kind of move toward the channel is making like a Twin Peaks documentary. So I'm just a huge fan. So
awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, congratulations. You'll have to keep us all informed.
Absolutely. I have one more question from the chat, and then I have one last question, and I'm gonna get you out of here. So from Umpty, did you watch Knots Landing or Spider-Woman animated series? Did you watch either one of those?
I watched Knots Landing. Yes, I watched my mom on Knots Landing. She played Valene Ewing, and I did not see her as.
Wait, so that was your mom?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at that. Great question, Umpty. Nice.
Yeah. She played Valene Ewing. She was also on Dallas. She was Gary Ewing's wife.
Wow.
And, okay. Yeah, I actually played her as a young girl on Knots Landing. That was my first acting job.
Wow.
Yeah, but I missed the Spider-Woman episode. I mean, I've seen bits of it on YouTube, so I've seen it in that regard, but I didn't watch it back in the day. I would have given my mom points for being Spider-Woman. Are you kidding me? I had no idea. It was revealed sort of recently. I thought, what? It's pretty awesome.
So Joan Van Ark.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Oh, wow. I had no idea. And I remember watching, because wasn't that like on after Dallas or something? Wasn't that afterwards?
Yeah, it was a spinoff series. It was a spinoff series to Dallas, and it was on the air for 13 years.
Yeah.
CBS on Thursday nights. Yeah.
Yeah. Or so it was Thursday nights, because I think Dallas was Fridays.
Dallas was Friday.
Okay, so it wasn't Knots Landing afterwards. But yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Wow. Nice job, Mumpy. All right. My final question is, so because obviously I'm a Star Wars and a Game of Thrones channel, Headless Not Stark, what character in Game of Thrones do you think Hera mostly would have aligned herself with? And also, who would have been her mortal enemy? So think of the character Hera. Who would she have aligned herself in Game of Thrones with? And then who would have been her enemy?
I don't think she would have had anything to do with any of them. They're way too theatrical. Honestly, I think she would just be like, y'all are nuts. I really don't. I'm sorry.
So I asked that question to Tia at ICCC, and she said, she originally said that Jon Snow, that Sabine would have linked up with Jon. And then after rethinking it, she's like, oh yeah, definitely Arya Stark. So that was kind of her response to that question.
I think Hera would be like, I'll leave you to your antics. I have stuff to do. I don't think she could
fly a dragon in the air with Dany.
I don't know. I don't think she would trust any of them. They're way too volatile and odd. I don't know. They have a lot of Darth Maul energy.
Darth Maul energy. White Walkers do kind of look like Darth Maul, don't they?
A little bit.
Or the Night King.
Yeah. But, sorry, I don't.
No, that's all right.
I think Hera would be like, y'all can do what you're doing. I'll be flying over here. Yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
During the what do we call it? The Hurricane or whatever we want to call that. What you guys are
doing. Yeah.
The Hurricane. And everyone in the chat, thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Vanessa on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram. All of those links can be found down in the description below. And again, Vanessa, I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you for having me.
So much fun.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
I'll have to come back when there haven't been 2 natural disasters in one day.
Maybe we'll do like a little like a trivia with Hera night or something.
Anything.
That'd be
it's
fun.
Really not a fair fight today. Sorry, but I just, dude, if we rescheduled, it wouldn't happen till like November, and I just
I get it.
I'd rather be the best version of me that I can find today than, sometimes you just show up,
Yeah, no, this has been a lot of fun. But I haven't had this much fun on a live in a long time. So it's always nice to talk to someone else, especially someone like you, and you're so kind. And like I said, meeting you at ICC for my second time and actually being able to talk to you and setting this up it's been a dream for me. So I can't thank you enough. And all right, guys, we are out of here. Again, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Chad. Don't forget, tomorrow drops the final episode reaction video for the Rebels show. And then, yeah, guys, we'll be back here on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're doing live breakdown and reaction of the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka. Super pumped for it. Yeah, and that's about it, guys. So we appreciate it. And again, Vanessa, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right, guys, keep those heads on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Woohoo!